1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la.
Hey guys!
Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la.
So, what's up guys? This is Tuesday, January 7th, 2020, and it is live in hour 4 of Jesse Lee Peterson's stream. Thank you, Jesse. Appreciate it. And thank you guys for staying tuned. We are live on YouTube, Jesse Lee Peterson's. Not Periscope today, some type of issue going on. But we are on dlive.tv/Jesse Lee Peterson. And of course, mixer.com/JLP Talk. And I have a lot of people on the phone already want to talk. And I will get to you guys. Hang tight. But briefly, I just want to report about this incident that I did not get to yesterday, and Jesse Lee Peterson tried to read it, but I gave him extra information, such as I suspect this person who was killed, 13-year-old guy, American, was an anchor baby, and he didn't like me adding that in there as though it was from USA Today, I think. And so I'm going to give it to you, this story, I mean. Breitbart reports U.S. teen killed in the cartel attack along a Mexico border region highway. And I'm showing, Joel is showing for me, photographs of this SUV, Chevy looks like, blue, shot up. Looks like shot up, right? Just crazy. Lucky that more people didn't get killed. Actually, I don't know if there's an updated story on this. But it was originally reported as a car accident. But no, it was no accident. It was an attack. Breitbart covered it in depth. But USA Today and CBS News, I think, had some details. An American family, and I use the term American loosely. It's what USA Today calls it. American family returning to the U.S. after a holiday visit to Mexico came under attack just south of Texas on Saturday night with armed gunmen killing a 13-year-old and wounding 3 other people. A 10-year-old sister, I think, and the parents, I'm presuming. The child was a U.S. citizen, and I surmise this was a anchor baby because the parents were permanent residents of the United States, returning from a holiday visit to relatives in Mexico. So it makes me think anchor baby. But I mean, it doesn't mean that he should have been killed, obviously. Some people try to read into what I'm saying. Breitbart reports in this attack, 13-year-old Oscar Castillo Lopez, a U.S. citizen from Oklahoma, died in the numerous gunshots that he sustained. Crazy. 3 of his relatives, including a 10-year-old girl, also sustained gunshot wounds. USA Today says the highway on which they were shot is considered high risk. I wonder if they knew this. I don't know. It's an area disputed by groups, including the Gulf Cartel and Los Zetas, the Cartel del Noreste faction of Los Zetas. And those are Mexican gang cartel type gangs. Across the Rio Grande from Falcon Heights, Texas. You ever been there? I haven't. Breitbart Texas has reported that these attacks escalated into large-scale gun battles where both cartels have used armored vehicles with mounted machine guns, grenade launchers, and other explosives. They're better armed than the Mexican military. Maybe. In November, a similar case took place. In fact, they probably have Mexican military members in their ranks. In November, a similar case took place, and you guys probably remember this one, just south of the New Mexico border, when a group of cartel gunmen allegedly attacked a U.S. family, Mormons. They're actually kind of dual citizens, if I remember right, traveling north with 9 women and children, killing 9 women and children. That attack reignited the push to designate certain drug cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. I don't know why they're not already. Normally, terrorists have a political motive, but in a sense, the cartels do have a political motive. They want power. So I don't know. But that's just that story for you guys. What a mess. And reading these stories, Breitbart, you know, you heard on the Jesse Lee Peterson show and yesterday on my show about all these anchor babies, 400,000 born in 2019, which is more than, I guess, each of the states, except for a couple of them. That is, and those are the ones that are recorded, right? That is, and they want Trump to issue an executive order to end birthright citizenship. That would be nice. Hopefully he can do it. I hope that gets done, because these anchor babies, some are nice, some are very nice. Actually, most of them are nice, but nice is not good. And they end up not having any love for America as it's supposed to be. They just change it into another version of the countries from which their parents left. Socialist, anti-white, pro their mess. So I'm going to get to more stuff. I have false claims of rape. I want to talk a little bit about that beta country called Finland with a 34-year-old female prime minister, daughter of a rainbow family. Did you know that? She's a daughter of lesbians' parents, so-called. Well, that's not her, actually. That's another woman who's up there in Finland. This is the one who's daughter of lesbians. I just showed you, Joel just showed you Lee Anderson, and this one right here with the red, if you're watching the video, is Marin. Sanna, what is it? Something Marin. Sanna Marin, thank you. Sanna. 34 years old, pushing, not working. She only has one kid, by the way. Pretty white woman, but shouldn't be running the country. Or, you know, whatever. So, but for now, let me get to some calls. And I may also talk about this assisted suicide stuff in Switzerland. But I do want to touch on this false claims of rape, in which she basically seems to have admitted this false rape claim, this British woman who had an Israeli boyfriend, and then she accused, I guess, his friends, 12 others, Israelis, of raping her. And she had basically had to admit she lied, but then people are still calling her a victim. Don't blame the victim. Well, it was recorded by the friends. Her so-called consensual sex with their boyfriend. Shouldn't be doing that. And she ended up lying about it because she was embarrassed and saying, "Oh, I was raped." Wow, that's evil. Yes, they were wrong for recording it, but she was wrong for having the sex, and she was wrong for like maliciously, allegedly crying rape. I'm gonna get to that story. It's crazy. Very interesting, though. So, first, let me get to some callers. Beau out of
Hello.
California. How are you doing, Beau?
I'm doing good, not Jesse. Hake, sorry.
Good to hear from you, man.
Hake, James Hake.
Yeah. You're up in Santa Barbara area? Are you up in Santa Barbara area somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's still some real white people here.
Yeah.
Jesse had just said, where are the white people? And Jesse's kind of like he's very much like a coach to me in life. And sometimes the coach has to light a charge under your butt to get you motivated. And when he said that, I'm like, all right, I understand what he's doing. He wants us we need to stand up. We need to say what's going on. But the real issues with being white in America and seeing 400,000 anchor babies, and what I want real quick, just before.
Stay close to your phone, Beau. You broke up a little right just now.
I'm right here.
Okay.
Are you here? Are you there?
Yep.
Okay. Just before President Trump liquidated the bad guy over there, vaporized him. Literally the day before that, on the news, I was watching Trump supporters having a rally, and basically they were saying, if Trump gets impeached, we're looking at possibly a second civil war. And these are law-abiding citizens wearing Trump hats. They're speaking very calmly. One guy was excited, old dude. A few people are excited, and as we should be, because it's scary times. But we're at the verge of President Trump being impeached and law-abiding citizens realistically going, we're looking at a civil war here, because they're not taking our president from us. Because if they take our president from us, we're not dealing with this lefty communist leadership that's just going to overthrow us. Like, we're going to fight, and we're going to make lands for our own selves. You're not allowed here anymore, and we're going to make our own babies, and we're going to separate. That's what was going on. The next day, Trump was like, well, the embassy got stormed, and then boom, potentially World War III. And I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. Okay, so was this like strategic, or was this like, okay, we need to do something because our country's falling apart? Why don't we vaporize this guy? I don't know. I don't know, but it went from law-abiding citizens concerned about civil war to 3 days later, all these little babies at college going, oh my God, I'm scared for the draft. Oh my God. Well, guess what? My grandfather was drafted. My great uncle was drafted. My uncles in Vietnam were drafted. I served. I have a family of military, it's a military family.
Yeah.
And it's like, everybody wants to hate everybody and cry on the news and white people this, white people that. But as soon as things get real, everybody's crying, I don't want to go serve. Well, I don't think emotionally a lot of these kids would be able to serve in the military,
Yeah. Yeah.
Your first day in boot camp, your third day in boot camp, your first week in boot camp. I don't care about your purple hair. I don't care what you call yourself. Get up and do your runs. Get up and do your push-ups. Eat your chow on time. I don't think a lot of these kids can handle it.
They'll get PTSD off of boot camp.
What's that?
I said they'll get PTSD off of boot camp.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. He messed up my bed and told me to make it again. Yeah, it would be funny. Oh, God. But what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of us out here that are white people that don't want to hate anybody, but we're purposefully we're just backed into a corner watching the demise of our country.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying what you already know, as soon as we stand up and say something, you're a Nazi, you're this, you're that. It's like my grandfather was the most gentle man in the world, dude, and he killed Germans. He literally killed Germans, and his tank battalion was wiped out in Bastogne. He was in the 707th Tank Battalion. Look it up and Google it. They were decimated. I don't know how my grandpa made it back, and I'm being called a Nazi. That, excuse my language, pisses me off bad. But what's happening is they're calling us Nazis, and what I think is happening is communism breeds fascism. Fascism is a form that it's like, all right, you pushed us so far, democracy doesn't work, we're getting armed, and we're done with you too. And then you see war happen.
Yeah.
I think whoever's in charge is creating this dynamic, because white people, we will lose our jobs if we stand up for ourselves, if we say the wrong thing, if we say, hey, in the Bible, God checked the Jews. When they were out of line, God checked them hard. Mm-hmm. In fact, he marched them off to Babylon for 70 years when they screwed up, and Jeremiah was prophesying to them for 40 years, repent. They're like, nope, okay. Babylon came in, hooks through their flesh, and marched them for 70 years into Babylon, But I'm not allowed to say, hey, if Israel's acting up, they need to be checked. If there are Jewish people, oy vey, in power of the media, if they're in power in the media and they're messing this whole thing up, they need to be checked or stopped. But it's not like you can't just say, that's anti-Semitic. Anti-Semitic is saying you hate a people group because you just hate them. They smell bad. There's reasons why generally people don't like people groups, but it's not all the Jews. So we're so put in this dynamic of we're backed into this corner of if you say anything. So it's like, okay, let's just be straight. You're basically giving us no way out but to fight. We're going to have a civil war here, or President Trump's going to have to liquefy another country, and we're going to have to draft all of these guys that hate our country over there so that we don't destroy ourselves.
I don't know.
It's just like,
I don't
know, dude. I'm just trying to figure it out, but I know that as a white person, I'm backed into a corner.
Yeah.
And it's going to be only so long before we fight. And then at that point, when you fight, if the government's not on your side, they tend to kill you bad, man. Especially white people that stand up and get armed. which I'm not saying that you should do.
Right.
The government comes in and kills you bad. Like I personally, I don't own any firearms. Just so anybody out there is listening, I'm talking real, but I don't have any fucking firearms, you know? So, but it's like,
man,
they're backing us into a corner and it's like, what can we do? Okay, let's watch 400,000 acre babies being born.
That's, Beau, that's why.
It's literal insanity,
Beau,
man.
that's why Jesse has been telling people to speak up before it comes to anything like that. And you're right. You made a good point when you said that communism breeds fascism or whatever, where people are like, this so-called democracy, Republican democracy, whatever you want to call it, does not work.
They're destroying our democracy.
Yeah.
They're breaking it down so that the people don't have a choice but to be like, all right, I'm going to lose everything, but I'm locked and loaded. You want to come onto my property and say I can't say A, B, and C? Come take it, brother.
But I'm telling you, Beau,
you're messing with a real American right now, and we don't play.
That's the cowardice of the white people that are not willing to speak up while they can speak up, and so they're just waiting around until we can come to a civil war or something. And when it's really not when it's really not necessary, we could be speaking out against it. You said that it breeds this communism breeds fascism. That's exactly what happened with the alt-right. Most of these guys who are in the alt-right, many of them were liberals or libertarians at least. This guy who they call the crying Nazi, they smear him as the crying Nazi. He was like just a libertarian guy. I'm blanking. Christopher Cantwell. He was a normal libertarian guy until this Trayvon Martin thing happened, this ridiculous thing where Trayvon Martin was a thug and he got himself killed in self-defense. And we saw the Black Lives Matter and we saw the media siding with him against George Zimmerman and against due process, against innocent unless proven guilty. And so against white people and white Hispanics, so-called right to defend themselves. So he kills him in self-defense. And then he saw that and he realized that the media is evil. And he began to, rather than side with what's right, he began siding with what's white. And he got angry, he got passionate, and he got himself in trouble because they'll come down hard on you if you even look like you might be doing something wrong. And I don't know that he did anything wrong, really, this Christopher Cantwell guy, but he has the law coming down on him. And I think he might have even gotten some, drinking in public type of violation. So he ends up not handling it right. So it's important that whites handle it right rather than falling for they want you angry and they want civil war.
They want us angry, but it's getting beyond angry. It's scared, because I grew up outnumbered by Mexicans in junior high.
Yeah,
Mexicans
me too.
were my friends, but they also bullied me. And I became a fighter because of it, because what Mexicans do respect is strength. And if you stand up to them, they back down. They're cowards. They are cowards.
Yeah.
They're big in numbers, but you take the big one out in the group and they back off. It's just like I had to learn about living with animals in junior high, and it wasn't okay.
I know. Yep.
And
that's happening.
It's not all, and they were my best friends.
And
they know.
And you're Gen X. So, imagine what's happening to the younger people. It's even worse for the younger, and they're even more out of control. And then you learned to fight back, but people, younger kids, there's just all they have is this anti-bullying stuff. They're just breeding weakness.
Dude, it
is pretty pathetic.
Not even. I shouldn't have even gotten into boxing. The only reason I got into fighting was to defend myself at school, and then I realized I was a good athlete, and I stayed in a sport that I should have golfed. That way I'd have, I've had a lot of money without getting any concussions.
Yeah.
But it's, anyways, it's just scary times. And they're pushing everybody up against the wall. And we're at the verge of a civil war, and President Trump liquefies somebody. So it's now the attention's over there. And it's like, look, I vote for a peaceful separation. White people need to do this right. So we need to separate. I don't want to be around people that hate me.
Right.
I don't want to be around crazy people that are telling our youth to change their sex. You know what's going to happen in 70, 80 years, another generation, 2 generations, if that goes on? No one's going to have to invade us. We're just going to collapse from the inside.
Right. That's what they want. Beau, I appreciate it, man. Just relax. Yeah. It's all good.
It's good, but Jesse, that really triggered me what Jesse said, like the real white people, and I'm like, dude, I'm trying, but it's like I can't do anything.
Yeah.
You know? I can vote,
Don't sweat
but,
it, man. Don't do anything until you know what to do.
Yeah, I exercise every day. I pay,
That's a
like
good
I said,
start.
I'm going about my life. I don't own firearms. I don't want to have anything to do with that. But I'm just saying, like,
I wouldn't say that on air.
Backed up into a corner. No, I don't. I don't have any firearms. I don't want firearms.
I would
People
say
need
it's.
to know that.
I would say, I would recommend that you have the. Israel has this thing where people don't know whether they have atomic weapons or not, or nuclear weapons or not, and they like that. They like it to be ambiguous. Ambiguous, I mean.
Yeah.
And maybe you should keep it ambiguous. But anyways,
if somebody
Beau,
wants some for me, they can taste the right cross, and I think that'll wake somebody up pretty good.
True.
So,
all right, Beau,
anyway,
take care, man.
You know, if I got excited, I'm sorry, but it is what it is.
I understand. There's a lot of people in your
Yeah.
mindset right now. All right, Beau,
buddy.
take care. Tiger Tan Titan says, alt-right aren't GD fascists, Hake. Only reason I said that is I just meant that it radicalizes them. They accuse what is it, Stormfront or the Daily Stormer or YouTube or Ben Shapiro of radicalizing young white men. No, it's the liberal media that's radicalizing them. That's all my point is the phony, normal people can see the injustice going on. And it makes them mad, and they go extreme. But I know a guy who considers himself a fascist. I don't think he considers himself alt-right, though. But he aligns with that type of stuff. Anyways, let me get to some more callers. Alex, out of Australia, first-time caller. Alex, what's up? Alex. No, Alex, I'll put him on hold, give him one chance. I think he's been trying to get in for a while. Let me get to David out of New York City. David, how are you doing? David!
Hello.
Oh, man, I was about to put you on hold. Hey, what's up, David?
So sorry about that.
No problem.
How you doing, Hake? I tried to call into Jesse, and it's very hard to go call Jesse.
Yeah, the lines are full. Yeah, if you ever want to talk privately with him, by the way, if you guys say you need counseling or whatever, you don't have to call him on air. You can call him to his office and schedule private counseling. I'm just talking to the general public.
No counseling from that one.
All right.
I have a question. I hear about everybody talking about the Donald Trump and the Iran and the bomb and the attack and all that. It's crazy. World War III is on the brink.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I mean, World War III is no closer than it was before he killed that guy.
Yeah, but these Muslims, they shout Allah Akbar. They bomb everybody. They killing the man that Donald Trump killed. He killed many Christians.
Yep.
Many Christians over there. He's a very wicked, evil man. You have all the Muslim man. They wanna kill Americans, and they killing themselves.
Yep, one another.
And yes,
and they're killing one another too. That guy killed maybe more Muslims than he did Christians. He was
exactly. He's a evil, wicked, dirty, pee doo-doo man. He's evil. He's an evil man. But what Donald Trump did was a good thing. But Muslim, they so cuckoo. Their brain don't work, not tweak correctly. The Muslim gonna fall into the foolish propaganda, and they're gonna come kill Americans, and then they're all gonna die.
Yeah, we have to be on the alert because they do want to do this. They do want to do terror attacks anywhere that they can. They're crazy.
Yeah, because you understand
the people who side with him. That is.
You understand that Iran and Turkey and Pakistan and all the Muslims, they team up. They believe if you kill one Muslim, you kill all Muslims. That's what they believe.
Gosh.
So so all these different countries is gonna team up with Iran, and they're gonna come to America and blow up the white man.
We'll see, man. We'll see what happens.
Are you scared, or are you not terrified?
No.
Might happen to you?
No, I'm not. Because basically Trump did the right thing. As far as I can tell, he did the right thing. What he does next, we'll see. And I trust him more than I trust John Bolton or anybody else going after them. But, we'll see what happens.
All right. Take care.
All right. Appreciate you, David. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Louis out of Idaho. Louis, what's up? Louis, are you there? Well, check on Louis. I don't know. Let me tell you guys about this. This is so annoying. So, Drudge reports, woman in a gang rape case gets a suspended sentence, maybe because she's a woman, after making up false claims. Allegedly, right? She claims that, it was real. Fox News reports, a Cyprus court on Tuesday handed a 4-month suspended sentence to a 19-year-old British woman, white, who was found guilty of public mischief in the form of false accusations, after authorities said that she made up claims that she was raped by a dozen Israelis. The woman continues to insist she was raped and that she was coerced into withdrawing her statement. Her lawyers say she will appeal. I don't buy her story. I don't know, but I don't buy it. Judge Michalis Papathanasiou, sounds Greek, right? Said although the public mischief charge was a serious offense, he decided to give the woman a second chance because she admitted through her lawyers during mitigation that she made a mistake in making the false rape claim. It wasn't a mistake. She purposely made a false rape claim. At least according to, the story, right? He also cited other reasons, including her young age. This is so typical, right? All you men who've been sentenced to stuff and jealous of the women who get off easy, I'm just saying. Immaturity, clean criminal record, personal circumstances, psychological condition, and the fact that she had already spent a month in detention during the 6 months that the legal proceedings, including her trial, lasted. The judge said he also took into account the huge publicity that her case has received in the UK and Israel media had weighed against this woman, who had put her academic career on hold as she was due to start university in September. Don't make up false accusations against a man just because you're mad that they tape recorded you. They recorded you having sex. Don't be having sex. But, it was wrong for them to record her, at least according to the story. The case drew widespread interest in the UK and Israel after initial reports that the woman that was a victim of a gang rape evolved into her being charged with making up claims of rape. And it's so common. White women. That's why I bet you the numbers are a little lower. These black on white rapes. They are high. They're way disproportionate, but white women do like to lie. Actually, all women. It's crazy. Remember the mattress girl? She wasn't white. She lied. But, she did get a type of sex that she didn't want, but hey, shouldn't be doing that. It's the degeneracy. This woman insisted she was raped at a hotel room at a coastal resort town, July 17th, my birthday. And she was forced to sign a retraction 10 days later while under police questioning. All of the Israelis, ages 15 to 20, she was 19, right, were then released and allowed to return home. So there are activist groups still calling her a victim. Reading his verdict last week, the judge said the defendant didn't tell the truth and tried to deceive the court with evasive statements in her testimony. Evasive statements. The judge said that the woman had admitted to investigators that she made up the claims because she was ashamed after finding out that some of the Israelis had videoed her having consensual sex with her Israeli boyfriend on their mobile phones. He also said that her admission was the only time the defendant told the truth. the judge. Strong statements. Strong judge. I don't know. Not like some of the beta judges we have around here in this country, right? While the judge was reading the sentence, a noisy group of demonstrators showed up to support the woman, chanting slogans outside the courthouse, including "Cyprus justice, shame on you," and "Stop blaming the victim." Where's the victim? Many cheered when they heard that the judge handed down a suspended sentence, meaning she's free. Anna Kleiman of the Israeli activist group Lotem, L-O-T-E-M, and I haven't looked into them, called the woman's conviction disgraceful because it leaves her with a criminal record, which she rightly so, and it makes it difficult for her to pursue her dreams. Kleiman told the far-left AP, Associated Press, "This is shameful that she was even suspected for the beginning, and it's unbelievable. We are furious. Please." I say she got off easy because she's a woman. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Let me get back and see if Alex is ready. Alex, out of Australia, are you there?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
Nothing?
Hey, I'm on. Awesome.
You're at where?
How you doing?
Doing fine.
Cool. Yeah, I was just wondering if you knew about the fires that are going on in Australia. Well, you mentioned it earlier. Hey.
Yeah.
I
heard that there are 100-something, 120 or 180 something fires in Australia, and that there's a whole lot of arson going on.
Yeah.
But the Liberals are crying climate change.
190 cases of arson, though.
How many?
190 or something like that. 190 people.
In what period of time? In just the last few months?
Oh, I'm not too sure about all that, but I just read it off TR News, which is like a independent media thing by Harvey Yemeni. Have you heard of him?
No. I may have heard of that name.
Oh.
It sounds vaguely familiar. But I read on Summit News that there's a whole bunch of 185 or 183 arrests of possible arson over the last several months. And
they're real massive, yeah.
Yeah. And I heard that the arsons go up when people are on spring vacation or summer vacation. Actually, it's summer, right? Summer vacation or whatever. Holiday.
Right. I think it's definitely orchestrated by probably Extinction Rebellion, that evil group.
Is that Extinction Extinction Rebellion, you said?
Extinction, yeah. They cry like the Earth's going to blow up in like a year.
They're an environmentalist group?
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
We're going to be underwater in the next 2 years or so.
So you think that some of these guys are that low that they would set fires and blame climate change?
Oh, for sure. They're definitely not for people, man. Most of them are evolutionists, beta males.
Yeah. Man,
they don't care about people.
I read a little bit about the Golden Globe Awards, and this guy who played in Gladiator, what's his name? Russell Crowe? He's Australian, right?
Oh, Russell Crowe, yeah.
He was saying for sure these fires have to do with climate change or something like that, or global warming. What a shame.
Russell Crowe's I don't think he's from Australia. I think he's New Zealander.
Oh, maybe so.
And then he moved here or something.
You're trying to disown him? I don't blame you.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
Beta. Yeah.
So what is it like? You guys celebrate? Hold on, Alex. Do you guys celebrate Christmas?
Oh yeah, it's in summer, bro.
Yeah, it's in summer. That's weird.
December, brother.
So December is hot for you guys.
40 degrees though that time.
And 40 degrees is like what? 110, 112 Fahrenheit over here.
I think it's 90 something.
Okay.
So maybe it's more.
Okay.
I don't know about Fahrenheit.
Yeah. I don't really know much about Celsius, but I learned from another Australian girl that 40 was hot.
Year 7 camp, Hake. We were taken to some bushland, right? And these the camp members and stuff, they were enviro people, and they're just really like skeevy kind of people. Like they're all into like a lot of beta stuff and not washing like well and all that. And they showed us movies on like Al Gore and stuff.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That was for school? How old were you? How old were you?
What age am I in? 7. 12?
Oh man. So they were pushing propaganda on you guys.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't know what was going on. None of us really believed in it or nothing, but at school, man, like definitely we had like a lot of like, in English you always taught about like racism movies and shit. Like The Green Mile and
how old are you now?
That other one? You know the You Told Half Folk to Beat Me?
Yes.
We saw that one.
Really?
How old am I? I'm 21.
You're 21?
Yeah.
Zoomer. Man.
Zooming.
Are most people liberals around you?
Oh, for sure, yeah. Not many. I don't know where the conservatives are. I haven't been hanging out with too many people lately. Just moved back to my home state.
Yeah, you were on the other side of the country before. So,
yeah, man.
Man, how did you find Jesse's show?
Oh, it was just like chilling around my town I was in, like staying in some room on my own. Like, I would just like go to the like Mexican food place. Just sit down at the chair and just like be on my phone. I think I was like looking up like, I was real angry at the time, and I was looking up like SJW gets wrecked or something on YouTube, and then like some like videos of SJWs getting run over by cars and shit.
Whoa!
But they were like, they were standing in the way of the car, and
right?
Like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is cool. But I was like angry at the time, and then Jesse's show popped up from that.
Wow!
And I saw his show, and I was like at peace for the first time in like, so long, because it was like all these like libtards around me and crazy people like going off out of their mind and stuff, and me too, I guess. And of course, but I was sort of not crazy for sure before all this happened.
Yeah.
And so I just watched his show, and like the teachings that I'd been missing, like I didn't get in life, and it just helped me reconnect some of my bad, ways that I was doing. And I kind of got brought back to some good lessons again. And like, it was sort of like a good thing, because it was like showing that, come back to, your normal state, not like staying in hell.
Yeah.
Like I was listening to like Marilyn Manson, Korn, Tues, and I was like sort of on like lots of medication and stuff, really unhappy.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and then so I just like, I went to my mom and told her like, you were like, you shouldn't have imposed on me when I was young. You shouldn't have like always, I couldn't say anything around you, and you were always like affecting me, and I like forgive you for that. And then she came around like, whatever, like come try to tidy up my room and stuff, like come into my room when I like was on my own, like, and I was like, Mom, don't. Like,
nice.
Don't have to do it. Just go out. And then I flew back home. Oh, no, wait, before that, I'd cold turkey drugs. And I remember I called you as well when I was just coming off.
Off of drugs?
I called you, but I was on Discord, you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice. I was like really withdrawing from like a bunch of medication I started on. Beta pills.
Wow. So you're off of all that medication now and off of the drugs?
Oh yeah, I'm sober now.
Nice. And you're living on your own?
And I did the silent prayer by myself, kind of, but I was doing it when I was listening to Jesse. Like I would listen to the Foreign State or the show, and I'd just be in that zone of not thinking. as much, like not having to think because I'd just listen to it.
Yeah.
So I'd go off on bike rides and shit and listen to the show. I think I was still 4, and then I was like looking for pot or magic mushrooms.
Looking for magic mushrooms?
Bad, but...
Wow.
Yeah, huh?
You were on pot and looking for magic mushrooms? Riding your bike, listening to Jesse?
Pot a lot. And I was on medication.
Man.
I was really high. I was high like 24/7, not thinking correctly. Well, it's not good to think, right?
Right, but not thinking clearly. Wow.
Well, yeah, not doing the right thing.
What a life. And now you're 21 and off of that.
Yeah, totally. Now I'm back here, and yeah. I went to I was hanging out with my dad, come back.
Yeah.
And I asked him, did you know that my mom, because I used to spank me a lot as a child, and I just thought he knew, right? I was like, yeah, I thought he might have known, and then just didn't do anything about it. But then when I went and talked to him about it, he's like, oh, I was like, you didn't know that? And he goes, no, I didn't know. And I was like, yeah, well. And then later, when I was talking to him, I was like, I just knew I had to forgive him as well. You know, Jesse says, I hang out with him a little bit. And then, I was told, actually, before that one, I'm telling you a life story, it's really annoying, but I was talking I said, I'm sorry for what resenting you, Dad. And he hugged me, said he loved me, and that was really cool. That was a great moment. And then come back, and then I said, you sound like your mama. And I said, I forgive you for not being there for me as a kid to stand up for me or protect me from that stuff.
Yeah. Wow, that's good, Alex.
Yeah,
appreciate that story.
Thanks, man.
Well, call again, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks, brother. I appreciate it. I might call Jesse next time, but yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll be on Discord. I'll be on Discord and seeing you around soon. I haven't been on Discord in a few weeks, guys. All right, Alex, take care.
Yeah, but wait, keep reporting on stuff in Australia too, about the fires or about other stuff, because the place really needs help, man.
Definitely. Will do, man.
Thanks
Appreciate
a lot,
it.
brother. You're doing a great job.
All right.
It.
Take care. So, let me get to Levon. Is it Levon out of Las Vegas, Nevada? Am I pronouncing it right?
Yeah, James, how you doing?
Doing fine. What's up, man?
Hey, man, I'm doing well right now. I was just listening to the last couple callers and listening to Jesse today, and just feeling real thankful that that we're talking about stuff like forgiving people and becoming more content.
Yeah.
And using that as a way to diffuse a lot of this anger, because a lot of these news articles and things like that, we got to learn to become more media literate. And realize it's super negative by design to encourage clicks and to incite wrath and outrage.
Right. Yep.
And it's a dangerous game that the media people play when they do that.
Yeah.
Because it's a deadly sin, as that, right?
They also inspire copycat crimes. They love copycat crimes.
Yeah, and there's a word for that. It's called stochastic terrorism. It's like you put up a whole bunch of stuff that stokes mental unease and mental dis-ease, and it drives mass shootings by the numbers, because over time people are some unstable people are driven crazy. Yep. Stochastically, it's called stochastic terrorism.
Interesting, man.
Yeah, man. I recently read a good book called The Liberal Media Industrial Complex, and it was a good analysis of modern day media and social media too. I thought it was pretty amazing. Wow. It's number 2 on Amazon's books of all books.
All right, appreciate the tip, man. We'll look into it.
Yeah, man. So I wanted to ask you guys about something what's going on in the arts community to try to boost this now, this movement about, I'd say to help teach people to forgive, right? Like, it seems to be like religion really did a good job for a long time of keeping these kinds of tenets within our consciousness on a daily basis, but now like a lot of that is eroded and gone, eh?
Right.
So like how do we combat that? I mean, we have our own counter media, right?
Yeah.
But I became a songwriter years ago, and I thought, are there any other bands out there or other artists? I mean, I noticed like you guys started talking about how like Joel Friday has his cool dance academy. That was awesome. I was like, you go, bro.
There are a lot of guys I've encountered, well, not necessarily even encountered, just come across from online. They hear Jesse's stuff, they're rapping some of his points or whatever, or singing it. And so there are a lot of guys that are waking up who are in that world, the music world, the art world. Some people are drawing and painting. Some are doing like movies, and it doesn't suck that bad for once. Normally, like this, it's so contrived. It's so like this forcing this Christian stuff or forcing this conservative stuff is pathetic.
Yeah.
And even the liberal stuff is starting to really be really bad. It's plainly blatant propaganda, and it's like not creative or good at all.
No.
I was watching this movie
You're
with
right.
Joel.
The word is contrived.
Yeah,
it's so
contrived is it. Yep. It's pathetic. So even the liberal stuff is bad. And I think it's like kind of natural for artists to be a little bit more liberal or something. At least it seems like that way nowadays. But
and they've been accused a lot of times of using that just to gain publicity, to jump into politics because they're desperate for publicity to sell.
Right.
Like
true.
Taylor Swift got accused of that by Kid Rock. It was like,
who accused? I mean, who got accused by Kid Rock?
Taylor Swift.
Oh, good. Yeah.
She was trying to bash Trump, and he's like, "Yeah, honey, oldest trick in the book. Good luck with that."
Yeah, she really didn't need it. She just turned off a whole lot of people. I don't think that she realizes what she's doing.
It's a backfire.
Yeah,
definitely.
She's a tool for evil now.
Yeah, man, and she's super unconscious of it. And
it's kind of interesting because you saw her just degenerating over the years. She used to be like this wholesome country, whatever, and then she just started degenerating. Like she became more slutty looking. Her style and all of that. It became just a dive morally. It's kind of like how people's lives go. Like if they're not watching themselves, you end up getting into the drinking, the drugs, the pornography, the whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's just you end up in a hole.
Right. You wind up demoralized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even as you're like successful, so-called.
Sure. It's actually part of like the culture. So they encourage you to come in and join in and to think and act like they do. And, it's kind of wild. I mean, I lived in LA for a little bit and I almost got inducted into a cult.
Wow.
And they called themselves the Freedom Community, but it's like, it was all kind of like group thinking going on and a lot of deep unconsciousness going on. And I thought, all right, well, it's very entertaining. I mean, there were amazing musicians and performers.
Oh, that's funny.
But besides that, it was like the party's got a little wild.
Yeah.
A little too wild for me.
Well, I appreciate it, Levon. Yeah. We'll be keeping the arts back up. Take care, man.
Well, I was hoping to come up to LA and maybe come to one of Jesse's church days or something like that.
Yeah, come to
them.
If you're not able to make it sooner, I mean, you're in Nevada. It's not far.
No, it's not. It's like
I used to when I used to go to Vegas when I was not doing the Hake Report, I would get up at 5 in the morning and drive to LA, and I would make it in time 10:30 in the morning for church. So might consider it, or come to the men's conference, which is in June, the day before Father's Day, and then you can stay overnight and come to church the next day.
Okay.
So just an idea. Or both.
Okay.
Some people come from Arizona or wherever just for the men's forum. The men's forum.
Oh, no kidding.
First Thursday night.
So you said it's after Father's Day, right?
The day before Father's Day is when we usually have the annual men's conference.
Oh, okay.
So the Saturday before
I would be out of
Father's
town.
Day.
I would be out of town for church.
Okay.
On Father's Day.
All right.
Okay. Well, I would say I probably wouldn't want to put it off till June, so I'll try to see you sooner.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, stay in touch so that
guys-
you know what our location is, whether it's our current or new. All right,
Okay.
Levon. Take care, man.
All right, you guys take care. Stay
All right.
well.
So let me get back to Louis out of Idaho. Louis, are you there? Louis. I hate to hang up on him. Check on Louis. Let me get to Skip out of Augusta, Georgia. Skip, how are you?
Hey, James, how you doing?
Doing fine. Good to hear from you.
Good to talk to you. Look at here. I was looking at an article in the Washington Post yesterday, and, we got the next Democratic debate coming up in January.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the top 5 candidates are all white.
Nice.
Oh, well, yeah, that's very nice.
Yeah.
Well, even though Democrats. But look
Right.
at here. They, each debate, as the debates go along, the field gets smaller and smaller.
Yep.
The candidates. Okay. Well, the candidates of color, 9 of them have protested and wrote letters saying that it's not right. That there needs to be a more diversified field of people up there. They want more color up there. They want affirmative action for the debates, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, they're shallow. They can't see that. They can't see that. I mean, they're blind. They're Democrats. They're not for what's right, anyways, right? So it's pathetic.
Well, you would think they would want whoever posed the best, and
Right.
whoever they want the best candidate up there, regardless if he's pink, blue, or puppy dog, or canary, or white or black. It don't matter. They want the best.
Yeah, they don't have common sense, though.
I don't know if I sent that to you on Discord, but I
Okay.
heard you say you hadn't been on there in a while.
Yeah, I haven't. I'm delinquent on Discord. I should be cited or fired. But I definitely will check that out, Skip. Are you on speakerphone right now?
Well, no, I'm in my living room. It's kind of got an echo to it.
You need more furniture and carpet and things on the walls.
And let me tell you what, the last couch I had, my 2 chihuahuas tore the cushions out of it in 3 days, and I had to throw the doggone thing away. I can't keep no furniture with these damn chihuahuas.
What are you doing with chihuahuas in the house?
Well, I ain't got no fenced-in yard, so I just let them stay in there.
Oh, man.
They're good dogs.
Beta master.
I'll let you have that one, Snake Man.
Yeah. I appreciate you, Skip. Thank you for the tip, and I'll check that out.
All right, I appreciate you too, James.
All right. Take care, man.
Bye.
Bye. Let me get back to Lynn out of, Louis, he wasn't there. I had to hang up on him. Sorry, Louis. I'll catch you again, though. Lynn out of Chicago. Thanks for calling back. How are you?
All is well, Hake.
Right
Yes, I was calling you Hank just to make people angry, but
I know. I don't mind
it. But to correct Skip, it's not the Democratic debate. It's the People's Democratic Socialist debate.
That's right, Skip. It's the People's Democratic Socialist debates. That's true. They're not the Democrat Party of JFK.
No.
We've gotten so far off the deep end. It's so ridiculous. It's evil.
No, I think it's Democratic in name only.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to tell you that, given the fact that I have a minor in Soviet foreign policy, when I went to DePaul University and got that back in like the early 2000s, or the middle 2000s.
Yeah.
Basically, every country that socialism has touched, it has destroyed. 10 years into socialism, once the former area of the Russian Empire had taken it on, 10 years after that, the area of the former Russian Empire was starving. That the United States had to offer food aid to the Soviet Union, and they offered a lot of food aid to the Soviet Union.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, China, 10 years into even 30 years into socialism, they were having hell to pay embarking on that. What is it? North Korea, they're living in problems from it.
Yep.
Vietnam, up into the 90s, they were having problems with it. To an extent, they're still having problems with it. Germany, 10 years into when they embarked on National Socialism, they were at war.
Yeah.
So every country that embarks on that is destroyed. The Russian Empire lasted 1,000 years, and again, embarked on socialism, destroyed. Recently, Vladimir Putin, he talked about when they embarked on it, the overall effect that it had. He mentioned that socialism divided the people of the former Russian Empire to where was it 50 years into it, all the former republics. No, I think it was 20 years. All the former territories of the Russian Empire wanted to separate.
Wow.
That when Germany invaded, all these little territories of the former Russian Empire were pretty much welcoming German troops as they're entering the territories.
Man, it's crazy.
And to mention what the one person was talking about earlier about civil conflict, pretty much that's what they want. They want the United States to embark on a
civil war.
A civil war.
Yep, that's true. We already have socialism in America. We don't even own our own properties. We pay rent in the form of so-called property tax to the government, or they take it away or throw you in jail, whatever. Yeah. We don't have actual real right to property anymore. It's crazy. And they have been dividing us throughout, in all different ways. Evil against evil and evil against good. It's crazy. You're right, man. And you see it in Finland. Finland has this woman, 31 years old, pretty lady, pretty evil. What is she from? She was nominated by the Democrat. Hold on.
People's Democrat?
The Social Democratic Party. And they call her, the stupid liberal media calls it center-left.
Yeah, there's no such thing as center-left.
Yeah, they're not. They're far left. They're all far left. Yeah. And some are further, but they're all far left. The media is far left. But they don't, I don't know what they think the center is. Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
The Finns, they were a former territory of the Russian Empire. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And now Finland wants to do 4-day work week, 6-hour days. And then this woman who is the Minister of Education, this is the other woman that you showed, Joel, Lee Anderson. She's 32 years old. She said, "It is important to allow Finnish citizens to work less. It is not a question of governing with a feminine style, but offering help and keeping promises to voters." That is a feminine style. It's so funny that socialism is like a female-minded thing, I think, in my mind. It's like a female-minded ideology of so-called taking care of people, helping people. It's the wrong kind of help.
Idea.
What's that?
A lazy idea.
Yeah. It's both lazy, and then there's like these hard-working guys. I saw this guy who was pounding nails in the railroad ties. And he's all, "I'm a Bernie supporter. I'm tired of being called lazy. Look at what I do for a living." But regardless, he has a female mind. Regardless of how hard he works, he has this female mind if you're a fan of Bernie at all. Bernie doesn't even have a male mind. It's a socialist mind, and it's not right. People don't really have common sense, I think.
Oh, another thing, I wanted to thank a lot of your online, the people who type in on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yesterday, some of the things when I mentioned how I was in the Iraq War and all that stuff, they said a lot of nice things.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, my name is actually Lyndon. But the thing is, I don't like that name because President Johnson was a Democrat. So I go by Lynn.
All right.
Yeah.
L-Y-N.
So, yeah.
Is it 2 N's or 1 N?
I do with 2 N's, but my name is Lyndon, Lyndon.
Okay, yeah, I knew a Lyndon before I knew about Lyndon Johnson. Actually, it was because I knew a Lyndon in high school, right? And I didn't pay attention to history. And so he was Asian, actually. And
the thing is
anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is when my dad came from Germany back in 1938.
Yeah.
I think Lyndon Johnson was a senator of either a senator or some state representative of Texas.
Yeah.
And I guess he had a positive influence on my dad or something like that. And later on, my dad named me after him and whatnot.
Oh wow! So you were actually named after Lyndon B. Johnson.
Yeah, my dad was he was a Democrat.
Okay.
But, he was a Texan Democrat of the past era.
Yeah.
And
right.
back in 1952, my dad was inducted into the military because he was out in West Texas flying crop dusters, and they pretty much trained him to fly airplanes for the military, and he was flying airplanes off aircraft carriers in the Korean War, and nothing out in West Texas. He stayed in the military until 1974, and he was in the Vietnam conflict.
Yeah.
Like two tours, and I believe he was John McCain's. Because he was like his commanding officer or something like that.
Wow.
On board the ship he was on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was not impressed by John McCain at all.
Okay. That's your dad, huh?
Well, my dad died in 1984.
Okay.
So he was not impressed with him at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. He looked at that guy like, yeah, not impressed.
Well, right on, man. Oh, I appreciate you, Lynn. Thank you for the stories too, man.
Yeah. All right.
All right. We'll talk again, dude.
All right. Take care.
All right. If you didn't catch Lynn's story yesterday about Soleimani and the IEDs, improvised explosive devices, and his experience with Iraq and the Iranians versus the Iraqis, it was very interesting. Check it out on my channel. It's called Hake channel on YouTube. I put it up. It's called Army Vet Scarred by IEDs says, God bless USA for taking out Soleimani. Check that out. It's on YouTube. It's on Hake's YouTube channel. It's also on Jesse's last end of the stream yesterday. All right, guys. I'll see you soon. We'll see you tomorrow on the Jesse Lee Peterson Show and the Hake Report. TheHakeReport.com for write-ups and blog posts of the Hake News and this show. And also, I do have t-shirts for sale. I'm going to be working on that, guys. I'm a little bit late for that. All right, guys. Take care.